to the Tit for Tat podcast where culture meets chaos. I'm your highly blessed and favorite and a little bit messy host, Lauren and Dom, aka the motherfucking Dom Dada. Welcome to a new week, y'all. I am so excited to be here, child. Thank you to my first and my last time listeners. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. All new weeks means, of course, all new mess, all new opportunities, and all new blessings. Look, when I say that this week was jam packed with shit, y'all was showing out. Okay, bitch, if you know, then y'all, if you know, then you know my birthday was on Friday, but I was more so just looking forward to the mess because every single day it was some new shit coming out. And I'm just like, you know what? The closer it gets to the summer, the more and more I realize that y'all continuously show y'all ass. And I'm not even mad. Not mad at all. But nonetheless, do have a great episode here. So let's go ahead. All right. So over the past weekend, all right, it looks like Dylan Sprouse had to show people that just because I was on a show called Sweet Life does not mean shit is sweet in real life. All right. So it does look like there was an alleged burglary. The one who made the 911 call. Reporters do say that basically the phone call was made at 12:37 a.m. The Disney star was allegedly armed during the incident and held the suspect at gunpoint before tackling him. The suspect made it into the property but never entered the home. Police confirmed one person was arrested and no injuries were reported. So yeah, he had to show y'all, bitch, what you not about to do is try to come over here and think she's sweet hoe, bitch. I'm about to whoop that ass. Okay, and he did what needed to be done. Shout out to Dylan. Speaking of another ass whooping, it looks like Ice Spice low key got her ass beat just a tad by this random woman in McDonald's. Yeah. So, there was security footage basically of Ice Spice sitting in a booth with a friend, and a woman basically walks up to the table. And at first, it very much gives like, oh, she's seeing Ice Spice, she wanted to say hey, whatever the case is. But in the video, you do see the woman who walked up trying to sit down at their table. The friend was like, "Bitch, I'm not moving, so you gonna have to figure out where else to go." So as the friend is basically just like sitting there, Ice Spice basically tells the woman like, "Hey, maybe you should go." Like she points at the door and all of that shit. And I guess the girl wasn't feeling that, so she just randomly smacks Ice Spice like just off the whim, just bow, smack her dumb ass. So of course Ice Spice tries to get up, and of course like she's mad, like trying to charge at her or whatever. My thing is this: why the fuck your friend didn't help you, bitch? Like, be fucking for real. Mind you, I feel as though your friend didn't do enough even when the girl was sitting at the fucking table, because in the video you see like when the girl realized she couldn't sit down next to the friend because the friend wasn't about to scoot over, she pulls up a chair and it's like sitting there kicking it. And I think that has a lot to do with parasocial relationships. Like, it's cool to like see a celebrity and want to say hey and maybe get a picture, but bitch, you sitting there and trying to kick it in parlay like you know this girl in real life when you don't. Like, you literally don't know her from a can of paint. So my thing is this: as a friend, bitch, you was supposed to be on go. I'm talking about be on alert. Like, soon as you seen that bitch want to do like one of these, bitch, you should have been doing one of these. You feel me? But they was trying to like tussle inside the McDonald's, wherever the case is. Some people was even trying to say like, why is a celebrity sitting inside McDonald's? And my thing is this: I think we need to go back to our roots, because why don't we sit down at fast food restaurants no more? I'm gonna just keep it about, like, you don't even see people with their grandparents. Well, I'll be forgetting y'all grandparents is 30, but like, when I was younger, I literally, bitch, it don't matter if it was Wendy's, Subway, bitch. If it had an inside, bitch, me and my grandfather was gonna sit down and eat. And I really haven't sat down at a McDonald's in a very long time. And I think that's very just New York of people as well to just casually sit down at a McDonald's. So that's why she felt comfortable enough to do so. But where is your fucking security at? Like I just don't get it. But nonetheless, like glad like nobody was like super injured or whatever. They did say like there was a time where Ice Spice like she was so mad she was throwing her phone or whatever the case is, and I guess there was another clip that shows like the group of people arguing and they was like crossing the street or whatever, and then they get into another little scuffle. Bitch, it was just a lot going on, and to me it just sounds like she just wanted clout because she was embarrassed based off the fact that Ice Spice didn't let her sit down with her. That's what it's very much given. Like, bitch, you got embarrassed and you didn't like it, so you decided to swing off on this girl. The Los Angeles Police Department did get a report about it. Ice Spice attorney did speak out, basically saying like they're going to try to take legal action with this. They even said they're going to try to look into trying to see if they can get McDonald's to have some type of responsibility for not having security, but that's not McDonald's responsibility. Bitch, what McDonald's do y'all know actually got security? Even in New York, bitch, that don't even make no fucking sense. But with this incident, I remember Ice Spice used to be cool with a girl named Cleotrapa. She she basically spoke out because people were tagging her like, "Hey, bitch, look at your friend." Like, bitch, she just got beat up. That basically that's what they saying. And so Cleotrapa, of course, people are trying to say like, "I would never speak about my old friends, this, and that, and the third." But it's just one of those things where she was actually on her side, low key. Like, she literally was asking the question that we was asking, "Bitch, why your friend didn't help?" Bitch, if I was the friend, which how you supposed to be about your friends, like bitch, you supposed to be Des Dior about your fucking Jada, bitch. Like you supposed to wild off on the bitch. You shouldn't even allowed her to even get that fucking close. A stranger ain't no telling what these bitches gonna do. Like, come on now. It just seems like you bitches don't be fully alert about shit. And so that's why I personally agree with Cleotrapa. Like, mind you, she didn't just come out the woodworks and just speak on the situation. Motherfuckers was actually telling her, like, what was going on. And she just said, bitch, if I was there, none of that shit would have went on. Point blank period. That she ain't wrong. Clock it, bitch. Anyway, it looks like Tory Lanez is trying to sue this fucking prison for $100 million, and I guess it's a million for every wound following the prison stabbing that he just had. The music must not be selling. That's what it's giving. But anyway, Tory Lanez has filed a lawsuit against the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, along with warden and 50 correction officers at California Correctional Institution following an incident where he was stabbed. Tory claims that he was stabbed 16 times by a fellow inmate, Santino, who was armed with the shank in May 2025. This altercation resulted in permanent scarring to his face and two collapsed lungs. Tory argues that the prison's decision to Tory argues that the prison's decision to house him with Santino was dangerous, especially given Santino's violent history. He contends that Warden Danny Samuel violated CD. What the fuck? Sorry. Um Okay, it says Tory argues that the prison's decision to house him with Santino was dangerous, especially given Santino's violent history. He contends that Warden Danny Samuel violated CDCR protocols by allowing them to be in proximity to each other, putting him at risk due to his celebrity status. Tory states that the prison showed deliberate indifference to foreseeable violence, noting that staff were not present during the incident, which has caused delays in response and inadequate protection for him. Additionally, he claims that while he was recovering in the hospital, his original songbooks, which contain unpublished lyrics and notes for his attorney, were taken. He is seeking $100 million in damages, which includes $1 million for each stab wound and $10 million for the scarring on his face. I what do y'all want me to say? For real. Cause this is the thing. I don't feel bad about somebody who literally went out their way to put themselves in jail. This is why I don't give a fuck about Pooh Shiesty. I'm gonna just keep it above. Some things when it comes to this street code shit, I will never understand, and I'm glad I would never understand because my thing is this. You sat up here talking about, oh well, he didn't snitch, he didn't snitch. Technically, he didn't even have to say like, oh, this is who shot such and such. What he had to say was, well, it was really nothing for you to say because you were violating the rules that you had in place. Let's just start there. Mind you, you are a non-US citizen with an illegal gun. You are firing this weapon into the air, which is already a charge. Supposedly you fired it into the air. That is a charge. You admitted to that. What the fuck are we talking about here? I don't understand why I need to feel sorry for somebody who literally put themselves in that situation. That makes no fucking sense. Come on now. It's almost like with the whole like Lil Durk situation. I can't feel sorry about Lil Durk being in jail because that's the lifestyle you live. That's the lifestyle you glorify, babes. You literally talk about paying niggas to kill other niggas, this, that, and the third, so you don't get your hands dirty. That's what real niggas are supposed to do. But also, you have to understand that guess what? With that type of lifestyle comes a big risk, which means if you decide to do some fuck shit, you need to go down for said fuck shit if you don't want to tell. Point blank, period. All this, oh, he didn't snitch. He didn't really want to tell who shot who. Why wouldn't you want to save face? Or if you're not given a name, at least give the proper evidence that you supposedly had to let the jury know, hey, okay, maybe I wasn't the one who shot her. Because what that allows is maybe you would have got less time. But no, you decided to play in people's face. You decided to harass that girl, do this, and that, and the third. Now you want motherfuckers to feel sorry for you because you got stabbed up. You're not dead, so what is there to feel sorry about? You good, you alive, you for sure are good because you are making all this music. You literally just dropped it out, and that's the crazy part to me. Y'all be sitting here dick riding the fuck out of Tory Lanez, but oh, that music ain't getting out a lick of nothing. And don't say, oh, that's because people like Meg. No, it's because in reality, people don't give a fuck about Tory Lanez. They just give a fuck about literally hating black women. That's all it is. But hey, by all means, make a paper, boo boo. You want that 100 million? I don't know. You might need to suck dick for it at this point. Shit, somebody need to fuck that man in the ass so he can get somebody need to fuck him in the ass so he can get it together. Um, Speaking of jail, I don't know if y'all heard about the story about the whole like Dave, the singer David, but he has basically been taken into custody finally for the murder of the was she like 14 or 16-year old. Her name was Celeste Hernandez. Basically, all right, disturbing details have emerged in the case involving singer David after the murder of Celeste Hernandez. Prosecutors, excuse me, prosecutors say a criminal complaint alleges the singer, born David Burke, engaged in continuous sexual abuse of the 14-year-old from September 2023 through September 2024. Prosecutors allege that he killed Celeste with a sharp object. Prosecutors allege he killed Celeste with a sharp object on or around April 23rd of 2025, the date she was last known to be alive, and was headed to the singer's house in the Hollywood Hills. 2 weeks later, her body was mutilated. The murder charges included special circumstances, including lying in wait, committing a crime for financial gain, and murdering a witness in an investigation which could carry the death penalty. In addition, Burke is also charged with lewd and lascivious acts with a person under 14 and mutilating a body. His attorney said he was innocent in a statement released after homicide detectives arrested him in a home in Hollywood. His attorney said, "Let us be clear. The actual evidence in the case will show that David Berg did not murder Celeste Hernandez and was not the cause of her death. Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hotchman also spoke out during a press conference, basically calling this case a parent's nightmare. Celeste, a 14-year-old at the time, went to Burke's house in Hollywood Hills and she was never heard from again. Um, they are saying that the cause of death has been ruled a homicide after revealing she suffered multiple penetration injuries. They claim she attained two wounds to the torso that may represent sharp force injuries. One wound reportedly pierced her liver, while another entered her chest and impacted the rib area. It says alcohol may have been present, but it was not considered a contributing factor. Investigators say her remains were found in an Investigators say her remains were found in an advanced state of decomposition inside bags located in a Tesla connected to David. Um, David was finally arrested and charged with the murder of Celeste Hernandez 7 months after her dismembered body was found in the trunk of the Tesla he owns. He is now getting the exact treatment he deserves behind bars. The conditions are being described as wild, dirty, and smelly. It says the singer is in a segregated single cell and has no contact with other inmates. He's only allowed to shower and make phone calls every other day. Their source also revealed that he gets a total of 3 hours a week of recreational time in fresh air, but even then we can't. Oh, excuse me, but even then he can't have any contact with other inmates. He apparently is not on suicide watch. David also can't have visitors and has no cash on his books currently. They are saying that they are looking at the death penalty, and yeah, that I don't know why that's a thought. Why is that a thought? Send that nigga to his maker. If you believe in heaven or hell, I don't really care. Send that nigga to wherever the fuck he belong, which is not alive. You are a dirty, nasty, disgusting, vile excuse of a man. Right? You are a 21-year-old fucking on a 14-year-old, and then you just randomly what? Dismember her body just because you felt like it? And then what's throwing me is the fact that this is also the same way that she died is also the same way that you have described in your music. Mentally, you are a fucked up individual. Mentally, you need to be under the jail. And I'm talking about, bitch, I want you buried inside the jail so that way nobody gives you a funeral. You don't deserve a funeral. You don't deserve any empathy or sympathy. Like, you don't deserve shit besides a stick of your ass. You really deserve something that is going to make you bleed from the inside out to where you die slowly, bitch. Yeah. I want this man to suffer badly. Like, I just feel like the death penalty just not enough. Like, can y'all like kill him, but just bring him back to life and then re-kill him again? Like, can y'all torture him like that? I don't know. But bitch, I'm just glad that he's finally in jail where the fuck he belongs. And I personally have a little side eye when it comes to the family because what the fuck is y'all doing that y'all not watching y'all kids? But I also forget that a lot of y'all actually don't want kids. You just want a little motherfucker to call your mini me. That don't mean that you actually want to look after the motherfucker. And I don't care what nobody says. I'm not saying that you have to be super strict. Of course, allow y'all kids to make mistakes on their own. But some shit that y'all be allowing, it don't make no sense. It really don't. And this is why also I truly believe that kids today need other kid artists. Like, bitch, our generation was literally like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like a huge fan, but bitch, we definitely had the OMG girls, we had Miley's Behavior, we had Diggy Simmons, we had young people as artists, which allowed us to still stay kids. We also had good kid TV shows, I'm gonna just keep it, but the TV shows that they dropping for kids today is trash, and it has nothing to do with homophobia, you goofy bitches. I just personally think that motherfuckers don't give a fuck about kids. That's why I personally think that bringing kids into a society who doesn't give a fuck about them is literally setting them up for failure. And then most of y'all don't want kids. A lot of y'all are just having kids because you want to stay in a relationship, or you might just be trying to have a child because you want to just be better for yourself, but you're not trying to be better for your child. Yeah, I you gotta side eye these parents, because it's almost like with the R. Kelly situation. Them kids wouldn't be in this situation if the parents wasn't involved. So to me, I feel like the parents are involved in some way, shape, or form, but we're not even gonna get into that. I'm just glad that this nigga is in jail, and I hope that you die soon, love. Point blank, period. Anyway, moving on to something a little more exciting, I guess. I wouldn't say exciting because this is fucked up, but this just means that you can't do business with everybody. Okay. So Ari is giving her new business Remedy a new name, basically after the drama involving her ex-manager who is blocking her access to her accounts. Ari Fletcher basically says she's going to rebrand her Remedy brand. I guess a few months ago, well, not even a few months ago, what was that, like a month ago? She basically came on the internet and was like, "Hey, don't be buying Remedy or whatever the case is, because there's some things going on with her ex manager." And as a business person, I don't understand why you already don't have access to your accounts. That makes no fucking sense to me. Sometimes I feel as though y'all put too much trust into the people that work for you. Like, don't get me wrong, when I build my team for the pod, of course I'm going to have like them do the main shit. But if you don't think that I'm like right there looking behind your motherfucking shoulder, making sure that you're not doing no fuck ass shit, bitch, you got the game fucked up. I'm gonna just keep it a buck, ho. Because what's going to happen is, if you allow other motherfuckers to run your business, they're going to run that shit into the ground. Bitch, you need to make sure you on top of every fucking thing, because again, shit like this can happen. Motherfuckers get to blocking you access, trying to make it seem like that you don't deserve to see what's going on with your shit. I Be cautious about who works for y'all. I'm gonna just say that, But um she did put out a statement. She says, "To my beautiful supporters, this isn't easy for me to say, but I've always promised to be real with you. As many of you know, I built something very special with Remedy. It just wasn't a brand, it was a reflection of healing, confidence, and the love I poured into every product. But behind the scenes, I was in a business situation that no longer aligns with my values or the trust I stand on. Because of that, I made the difficult decision to let go of the name Remedy. While that is emotional, while that's emotional for me, I want you to know this. This is not an ending. I'm not letting go of what we built, the products you love, the quality, the intention, the energy that's still there. If anything, it's stronger now." She said, "This isn't a replacement, this is elevation, a new name, a new chapter, and the same heart behind it all." I am not mad at that. I personally think that was a wonderful PR response. But yeah, again, y'all gotta watch who y'all doing business with, because you really can't trust everybody, or just be a little more involved when it comes to y'all businesses. I personally think that the reason why this really didn't work out is because I don't think that Ari had every box checked. I don't really think she had all the um what do I want to call it? I don't think she really had um I, I don't think Ari was like the full owner of Remedy. Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I don't think she was like the main owner or whatever. I think that she was in a business partnership or something, but I also could be wrong. Who the fuck am I? Nobody, clearly. But I understand what it means to, have a rebrand, but also it's one of those things where it doesn't matter if you change the name. It don't matter if you change the name or whatever. At the end of the day, as long as you are still selling the amazing products that you have, then the people are gonna eat it up. The people are gonna follow you, and your business is still gonna thrive. So, I hope that she, works that out. Last but not least, the woman accused of firing shots at Rihanna's home loses access to her child after Florida judge grants father full custody. The woman accused of opening fire outside of Rihanna's Los Angeles home has now lost all contact with her child after a Florida judge ordered that she have zero communication with the child until further notice. Court documents show the child's father has been granted 100% time sharing, giving him full custody and control over all day to day decisions. The only way Ortiz could have contact with the child is if the father personally approves it. The custody situation reportedly didn't start with the alleged shooting. Ortiz had previously been placed on an involuntary psychiatric hold in Florida when which she claimed was based on false accusation through the judge still noted concerns. Um Ortiz was arrested in March and charged with attempted murder after authorities say she drove to Rihanna's Los Angeles property and fired multiple rounds. Law enforcement says Rihanna was home with her children at the time. Ortiz is currently being held without bond as the California criminal case moves forward. I don't feel bad for you, bitch. You really thought you was about to go to somebody else's home, shoot they shit up, and you thought that you wasn't gonna have no consequences behind it. Yeah, bitch, hand me them kids. And then what sounds to me is, bitch, you already been a bad mom and you're crashing out, and maybe you just like seeing Brianna and how happy she is and the fact that she keep having kids or whatever, and you got a little jealous and you just decided to go to that lady house and shoot that shit up. Why is that an option? I don't fucking know. But yeah, I don't feel bad, bitch. I really don't. Because you literally try to your way to shoot somebody else's house up. Mind you, you don't even know the bitch. Literally don't fucking know her. Like, it has not came out and said like, oh, you was fucking ASAP Rocky, or you were exes of his, or maybe you an old business part. Like, bitch, you're just a random ass bitch going through life and you can't take it, and you decided to take that out on Rihanna, especially with her newborns in the house. Yeah, bitch, give me them kids, give me everything that you got, bitch. You're cooked. You're cooked, bitch. Like, I don't know why would you think that was a good idea? Why? But clearly she's trying to say that she doesn't, it might be some mental health issues going on here, because you were supposed to be on like a psychiatric watch, and you trying to tell me that you just did this for what? Or you trying to tell me that you didn't do it, which I feel like you did, because everything that has led up to this moment, you posted on Facebook, all of this shit, it just really doesn't make sense to me. Like, you really went out your way to shoot this woman house up for what, bitch? You can't, like, I can't understand that life sometimes is a little miserable. I get it, bitch. You're coming from the person who literally is always going through something, bitch. But I'm not going through something that bad that I'm going to go to a celebrity house and shoot they shit up, because what is that going to do for me? I'm never about to go to a celebrity house and try to rob them, because what the fuck is that going to do for me, bitch? You better off going to a fucking Family Dollar or something, trying to steal from them or whatever the case is. Or, bitch, if you need to shoot something to get your anger out, bitch, that's what shooting ranges are for. That's what fucking the rage rooms is for. Bitch, go to one of them. I just, I don't feel bad. I don't feel sorry. It is what it is. Bitch, you didn't need to be around them kids anyway. Point blank period. But anyway, that is all that I have this week. Of course, before we get out of here, I have to leave you all with some unsolicited info. All right. So, have you ever wondered why R&B music actually hits better at night than it does like when you out and about? Like, don't get me wrong, R&B is going to hit regardless, but it like hits the soul a little harder at night, simply because sad music hits harder at night because your brain is actually less distracted. When you think about it during the day, you're thinking about all the things that you have to do for the day, or like you on your way to work, so you're not really thinking about shit, or you might be going to the gym. You feel me? Like, during the day, for most people, you are so busy that it really doesn't give your mind enough time to actually sit down and hear the things that are coming through them speakers. I promise you. But at night, when you're relaxed, your brain is turned off. You're not thinking about, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. No, this is your time to just forget about everything. And that's when it hits you. That's when you realize, my God, this person is talking they shit and it's hitting me so hard because I'm currently going through, like, that's when you fully realize that the shit is really like, this is real life. And that's because sad music hits better at night simply because your brain is less distracted, right? But that is all that I have for you all this week. Thank you to my first and my last time listeners. Please make sure that you all are tuning in every Monday and Friday on our YouTube channel. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications because you don't want to miss out. All right. Please remember to always be humble, be gracious, and be open. I will see you at the top because the bottom is just a little too crowded. Bye.